Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, where we are in season 12 entitled A Decade of Greatness. We are officially in our season wrap-up episode today. So thank you so much to everyone who have joined us on this journey in season 12, where we have been looking at 10 drivers that we believe have led to the success, the growth, the evolution of the Selking Performance Group over our last 10 years of being able to bring our mission of helping individuals, teams, and organizations unleash performance excellence by leveraging the power of mindset and leadership. It's been an incredible 10 years growing this company, being part of the amazing men and women that we've served and the incredible team that we've been building over the last several years. And so it's been so fun just reflecting over how these 10 years have gone and what some of the critical drivers were to being able to be where we are today. It's certainly not where we're going to be 10 years from now, but man, as we looked through those 10 drivers, it's been really awesome for me personally to reflect, but also for me to challenge, well, what's next? How are we tapping into and leveraging those 10 drivers for the next 10 years? Because where we are is awesome, but it's not nearly compared to the greatness that we're going to make over the next 10 years. And so there's always that balance between celebrating the past, envisioning the future, but then making sure that we're living every day on purpose and with intention in the present to actually honor our past and manifest our future. And so today in our wrap-up episode, I simply want to just go back through those last 10 drivers and sort of as a summary hit the 10 things that we believe have really driven Selking Performance Group over these last 10 years. The first that we talked about is obvious. It's mindsets. Remember, mindset is not a buzzword that's out in our world today. A mindset is an actual protein pattern that gets wired into your brain based on what you think about. Thoughts are like bicep curls for your brain. You lift weights, your muscles get bigger. You repeat certain thoughts, mindsets form. So be mindful. Are the mindsets you building average? Are they insecure? Do they create anxiety or fear or depression? Are the thoughts that you're thinking generated from something of meaning from you? Or are they simply thoughts that social media and the news and the world are feeding your brain? You got to ask yourself that, because what we want you to do is build championship mindsets. We want to give you thoughts that will become bicep curls for your brain that will actually form really healthy, really productive mindsets and help you show up to the world how you've been created and called to be. The next driver that have led us to be where we are leaders. The leaders that we've had the opportunity to work with, to serve. Because leaders, like John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. And so who are you surrounding yourself? Are you partnering with the right leaders to bring your vision to fruition? The next thing we talked about in drivers were systems. What systems or processes do you have in place that allow you to replicate success? A lot of times, leaders think there's isolated things that lead to success. If we focus on this thing, it will help us. Not just that. We also have to focus on this. And so they're sort of all over the map on what leads to high performance. Build a system of high performance excellence. That's ultimately what we do at Selking Performance Group. When I am consulting with organizations, I am helping them build their system. It's not our system. It's not, hey, here's the system. Let's go run this in your organization. No, it's a collaboration with the leaders in the organization to say, what are your objectives? What matters to you, leader? What's your DNA? What are the words and the language and the things that are important to you? And then how do we construct a system that is aligned with what we know about human high performance so that we can replicate success? That's what systems are all about. The systems that we've implemented at Selking Performance Group over the last 10 years have helped us develop. And I'll tell you that areas we don't have systems in, we haven't done an awesome job at growing that part of our business. And so what are the systems that you have in place as an organization? What are the processes that you have in place as a person that allow you to replicate success on a more consistent basis? Then we talked about experiences, how the things that we do and go through in life contribute to our understanding of how people work, of how organizations work, and inform how we continue to grow into the future. We then talked about books, right? Understanding, again, thoughts build mindsets. So what are the books? What things are you consuming? We know that all high performers and achievers in life, they're readers. Now, in today's society, we also can listen to books, which is awesome. But what books are you listening to? And not just what ideas are you listening to, but how are you putting those ideas into action? Because action creates traction in our lives. And so we need to be able to take those ideas and to apply them in a positive and productive way. And we shared 10 different books that have really contributed to and fueled the mindset, the heart set, the impact, the ways of thinking of us at Selking Performance Group. So if you want to check that out, that's in one of those earlier episodes. And then we looked at partners. Individuals inside of our team or organization that we work with to bring our objectives to life, and those outside of our team or organization that we can collaborate with to help us go further, faster. Don't be afraid of partnerships. Understand what your strengths are, what your niche is, what value you bring the world, and then go find some freaking awesome people that you can partner with to sharpen yourself, to sharpen one another. And don't be insecure about just protecting your turf. Be more concerned with the vision that you're chasing and partner with the right people to bring that to life in the world. Then we looked at seasons, sort of these macro moments that we're in as an individual or as an organization, and really asking ourselves, are the actions that we're taking right now or the resources that we're leveraging right now aligned with the season that we are in? We use the analogy literally of weather seasons. You don't wear a winter coat in the middle of summer if you live, wherever you live, right? It's about aligning your resources and what your actions are with the season that you're in. We need to be really mindful of our, again, individual and organizational seasons so that we can be moving through the season with the right intention and the right mindsets. Then we talked about specific moments, and more specifically, peaks and valleys, right? How do we navigate and savor and celebrate the peaks? And then how do we allow ourselves to feel in the valley without getting stuck, without stopping, without, giving up or feeling sorry for ourselves, but allowing ourselves to feel while still taking steps through those valleys, believing that a better future is indeed in store for us. Then we talk specifically about pivots, right? What is the mental and emotional agility that we need as an individual to be able to pivot when a new opportunity arises in front of us? And then organizationally, what types of relationships and trust do we need to make sure that we're cultivating so that, again, if disruption happens in our team and our organization, we can pivot? That can look like, again, we talked specifically about how in 2020, many companies pivoted to maybe new products or services. Many speakers that I know that used to do live events went virtual. We have a saying in football, right? Next man up. If somebody gets injured and somebody goes down and the replacement has to come in, some people might freak out. Teams that I'm a part of try to have this next man up mentality. Can we have the next man ready to go in to play that position? And can we pivot, right? That might mean we have to adjust our game plan based on the skill set of that individual going in. But the trust and the relationships that exist there and the mental and emotional agility of the people inside of the team are critical in the ability to pivot, which keeps organizations moving forward and evolving and not becoming stagnant. And then finally, we talked about clients. Allowing our clients or the people that we serve to grow us, to inform us, to help us be better, to evolve as human beings and as professionals. And don't think of just clients if you're in a business standpoint. If you're a coach, your clients are your athletes. If you're a teacher, they're your students. If you're a mom or a dad, it's your kids. If you're a leader, it's your employees. If you're a consultant, it's in fact the word clients, right? But who are your clients? How are you allowing them to mold you and to make you better? That has been so critical to who we've been as an organization and who we continue to become, because man, have we been blessed to serve some amazing individuals and organizations over the last 10 years. And I just cannot wait to see what the next 10 years brings. So again, in summary, the 10 drivers of the last decade of greatness that we broke down in season 12 were mindsets, leaders, systems, experiences, books, partners, seasons, moments, pivots, and clients. So your championship mindset training for this last and final episode is to reflect on your own drivers of greatness. It could be one thing, it could be 10 things. What are the things that are leading you to who you want to be and what you want to accomplish in the world? Success always leaves clues, it leaves evidence. So think to yourself, what will help me be the absolute best I can be to serve the world, to serve my family, to serve my team, to serve my organization? And shoot, if you're having trouble figuring out what that is, start with these 10 drivers and go through and ask yourself, all right, how do I use these drivers to help me find my next layer of greatness in this world? It's been incredible being on this journey with you. And again, if you would share any stories of things that you've learned or how you've applied them, or you would like to talk about how we can serve you as a high performance consultant, as a keynote speaker for your organization, or for one-on-one performance coaching, please send me an email directly at drselking@selkingperformance.com. You can also reach out to us on all the social media platforms. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Champ Mindsets, on Facebook and LinkedIn at Selking Performance Group, and is on TikTok as well. You can find our new book, Winning the Mental Game, the playbook for building championship mindsets, which is intended to not just be the what, right, and a good book to read, but an actual playbook of the how. How do you build championship mindsets? What are the mental skills that we can learn that can help us use these 10 drivers that we just talked about to the best of our ability to continue to unleash our individual and collective performance excellence in the world? Again, Winning the Mental Game, the playbook for building championship mindsets. Check it out on our website or on Amazon. Thank you so much for this incredible journey of season 12, where we've been able to celebrate, reflect on, and highlight the last 10 years of Selking Performance Group, and indeed, this decade of greatness. You've been listening to Building Championship Mindsets, the podcast. This is your host, Dr. Amber Selking, and from the locker room to the boardroom, I just want to challenge you to continue building your championship mindset.